airports are collapsing under a perfect storm. December 31st, 2025. The Border Force security database called Border Crossing suffered a complete shutdown just under 3 years after the $372 million system was introduced. £372 million. Failed. Passengers told they're getting waits of typically 90 minutes to get through passport control at Heathrow alone. Without the e-gates, which is an automated operation, it's very bad news. Very bad news. Border control processing times at airports increased by up to 70%, with waiting times of up to 3 hours at peak traffic periods across Europe. 3 hours to get through a border. And while technology fails, 111,084 people claimed asylum in the UK in the year ending June 2025, the highest number since records began in 1979. Record numbers. 109,243 people claimed asylum in the year ending March 2025, which was 17% more than the previous year and 6% more than the previous peak of 103,081 in 2002. More than ever, flooding into a system already on its knees. 110,000 people awaiting initial decisions on their asylum applications as airports struggle with broken tech, overwhelmed immigration officers, and queues stretching for hours. Britain's border is failing, technically, administratively, completely. But before we reveal how UK airports have descended into 3-hour immigration queues while processing record asylum numbers through systems that crash weekly, let's be clear. Mainstream media won't connect these dots. They won't tell you that it's possibly going to be perceived as yet another symbol that things just don't work here anymore, that the progressive scaling up of biometric data capture has resulted in border control processing times increasing by up to 70%, or that Britain processes 111,000 asylum claims while e-gates fail repeatedly. That's why we built UK Brief Network. Subscribe now for coverage that connects Britain's immigration crisis with its crumbling border technology. Reason number 1, UK airports have suffered repeated catastrophic failures of the $372 million border crossing database, with e-gates crashing nationwide, leaving passengers stranded for hours as manual processing creates chaos. The main Border Force security database, called Border Crossing, suffered a complete shutdown just under 3 years after the $372 million system was introduced. $372 million for a system that crashes repeatedly. Without access to the IT system, the passport check kiosks cannot function, so officers are having to check passports manually against backup databases. Manual checks in 2025. At Britain's busiest airports, Heathrow said Border Force is currently experiencing a nationwide issue which is impacting passengers being processed through the border. Nationwide. Manchester Airport issued a similar statement saying it was aware of an issue with UK Border Force's systems affecting a significant number of airports. Significant number. Glasgow Airport said passengers arriving back on international flights may experience longer than usual waiting times at the border due to a nationwide Border Force issue. How long? People are telling me they're getting waits of typically 90 minutes to get through at Heathrow. 90 minutes, just to show your passport. One passenger stuck at Heathrow said the staff really seemed to be having a meltdown. It seemed to be happening right when we landed and were yelling and all the e-gates were down. Staff meltdown. All e-gates down. As soon as engineers detected a wider system network issue at 7:44 p.m., a large-scale contingency response was activated within minutes. Contingency response, manual processing, hours of delays. And this isn't new. It's not the first time e-gates across the UK have experienced a malfunction. At the end of May 2023, there were similar problems that took a day to resolve. In August of last year, the country's air traffic system also suffered the impact of a technical problem which lasted for several hours. Repeat failures, different systems, same result, chaos. Reason number 2, the new electronic travel authorization system combined with EU's biometric entry-exit system has created a dual-layer border control nightmare, causing processing times to explode by 70% with 3-hour queues now routine. Britain introduced the ETA. Europe introduced EES, both at once. Disaster. 19.6 million ETAs have been granted since the introduction of the scheme in October 2023. Nearly 20 million digital permissions, all needing verification, all creating processing steps. From 25 February 2026, eligible visitors without an ETA will not be able to board their transport and cannot legally travel to the UK. Mandatory. Every visitor. Digital check before boarding, then another at the border. Meanwhile, Europe rolled out EES. The progressive scaling up of the registration and capture of biometric data from third-country nationals entering the Schengen area has resulted in border control processing times at airports increasing by up to 70%, with waiting times of up to 3 hours at peak traffic periods. 70% increase. 3-hour waits. Airports in France, Germany, Greece, Iceland, Italy, Portugal, and Spain are especially badly impacted by EES-related delays. Every major European hub, overwhelmed. Regular EES outages and persistent configuration problems, including the unavailability of self-service kiosks, undermine the predictability, regularity, and resilience of border operations. Regular outages, kiosks unavailable. Border checks are slowed by insufficient deployment of border guards at airports, reflecting acute staff shortages at the authorities in charge. Acute staff shortages, with new systems requiring more time per passenger. The system is currently operating in a transitional phase during which only 10% of affected passengers are required to undergo full biometric registration. Despite this minimal quota, massive delays are already occurring. 10%, and it's chaos. The schedule calls for this threshold to be raised to 35% as early as January 9, 2026. 35% in days. Unless all the operational issues are fully resolved within the coming weeks, increasing this registration threshold will inevitably lead to much more severe congestion and systemic disruption. Systemic disruption. That's the official warning from the Airport Association about what's coming. Reason number 3. UK immigration processing has reached breaking point with 111,000 asylum claims in 1 year, the highest since records began, creating unprecedented pressure on airport border staff already dealing with technical failures. Technology fails, systems crash, and then record numbers arrive. 111,084 people claimed asylum in the UK in the year ending June 2025, the highest number since records began in 1979. Highest ever. Since records began. 109,343 people claimed asylum in the year ending March 2025, which was 17% more than the previous year and 6% more than the previous peak of 103,081 in 2002. 17% increase in 1 year, previous record broken. 89,509 asylum applications relating to 110,051 people in the year to September 2025, a 13% increase from the previous 12 months. Every measure, every time frame, increasing. Who's arriving? The top 5 countries of origin of people seeking asylum were Pakistan, Eritrea, Iran, Afghanistan, and Bangladesh. Pakistanis, Afghans, and Iranians were the most common nationalities claiming asylum, accounting for 1/4 of claims. How do they arrive? 36,123 people claiming asylum in the year ending March 2025 had arrived on a small boat, 33% of the total, 1/3 by boat. 45,183 people detected arriving by small boats in the year to September 2025, a 51% increase compared to the previous year. 51% increase. But here's the critical detail. Slightly more than 1/3 of people claiming asylum in 2024, 40,000, had traveled to the UK on a visa. 40,000 arrived legally on visas, then claimed asylum. They come through airports, legal visas, border checks, immigration processing, then claim asylum. Almost all small boat arrivals claim asylum, 99% in the year ending March 2025. But thousands more arrive through airports first. Reason number 4, the asylum backlog stands at 110,000 cases awaiting initial decisions, while immigration visa processing times have exploded across every category, leaving airports overwhelmed with arrivals needing verification from systems that keep crashing. 110,000 people awaiting initial decisions on their asylum applications as of September 2025. 110,000 waiting. 60,200 asylum cases awaiting an initial decision as of September 2025. This figure peaked in June 2023 at 134,000, down from peak, but still massive. The total asylum caseload has quadrupled in size since 2014, driven both by applicants waiting longer for an initial decision and a growth in the number of people subject to removal action. Quadrupled in 11 years. Processing times? The average wait time for an asylum application that received an initial decision in 2024 was 413 days. 413 days. More than a year. More than half of applicants, around 50,000 people, have waited over 6 months just for an initial decision. But asylum isn't the only immigration route backing up. Nearly all major routes, work, family, settlement, citizenship, administrative, have shown extended waiting times in 2025 and are expected to continue this trend in 2026. Every category. Delayed. UK visa processing times 2025 vary significantly by category, with many applications exceeding published service standards due to complex security checks, document verification requirements, and seasonal processing pressures. Exceeding standards. Routinely. Recent delay patterns show particular impact on family visa applications from certain countries, skilled worker visa switches during peak periods, and settlement applications requiring detailed background checks. What does this mean at airports? More arrivals, needing verification. The UK immigration system undertakes a wide range of activities. In the year ending June 2025, there were 134.8 million arrivals to the UK. 134 million. Everyone needing processing. 13.4 million electronic travel authorizations issued since the launch in October 2023 up to June 2025. Millions more needing digital verification, at borders running on systems that crash, with staff shortages, technical failures, record caseloads. Reason number 5. The UK's digital immigration transition to visas has created catastrophic verification problems at airports, with travelers denied boarding and border systems unable to confirm status as legacy documents become invalid. Britain went digital. It's failing. The UK government introduced the e-visa system in 2023, promising a digital-first approach to immigration status verification. By late 2024, this system had processed over 3.1 million applications. 3 million applications. Transitioning from physical documents. In December 2024 and January 2025, issues with the e-visa system surged, leaving travelers stranded and causing confusion across UK airports. Stranded, confused. The UK government's acknowledgement of the system's problems on December 13, 2024, highlighted inaccessibility of digital proof of immigration status. What's failing? Technical glitches. Errors in the UKVI database have left some travelers unable to access or verify their e-visas. Database errors. Can't access status. Airlines are often risk-averse and err on the side of caution, denying boarding when they cannot validate a passenger's immigration status. Denied boarding, can't verify. The UKVI Resolution Center has limited hours, long wait times, and no dedicated passenger helpline. Limited hours, no helpline. Many travelers with expired BRPs or older visa types are unsure how to transition to the e-visa system. Confusion, legacy documents, new systems, no clarity. These issues have caused a ripple effect, especially for travelers during the busy holiday season. Holiday season, peak travel, systems failing, people stranded, at airports already dealing with e-gate crashes, border force outages, record immigration numbers. Reason number 6. Border Force faces acute staff shortages and systemic failures, with contingency plans proving inadequate as unions warn there simply isn't the infrastructure or staff to process people manually. When technology inevitably fails, technology fails. What's the backup? People. Except there aren't enough. Border Force are understaffed due to staff sickness. Staff sickness, always. There have been reports of delays recently, worst at Manchester and Dover, but pretty much everywhere. As a representative of the Immigration Services Union explained, we're assured that contingency plans are there, but then the next time the gates go down, it's evident that there just simply isn't the infrastructure or the staff anymore to try and process people through the border while maintaining border security. Simply isn't. The infrastructure or the staff. Unions will always make the case for higher staffing levels, but when a manual workaround is your contingency solution, the level of staff completely determines the speed of processing. Staff determines speed, not enough staff. Slow processing, hours of queues. The lack of infrastructure and staff to manage passengers during the outage indicates that plans may not have been adequately tested or implemented. Not adequately tested, despite engineers detecting the issue and activating the contingency response within 6 minutes. 6 minutes to activate, 90 minutes for passengers to clear. Because manual processing, insufficient staff, border checks are slowed by insufficient deployment of border guards at airports, reflecting acute staff shortages at the authorities in charge. Acute shortages across Europe, including UK. Here's where Britain stands. $372 million border database crashes repeatedly. Processing times up 70%. 111,000 asylum claims, record high. 110,000 cases awaiting decision. 134.8 million arrivals annually. A visa system stranding travelers. Acute staff shortages. 3-hour queues routine. Britain's borders are failing. On every level. Technologically, administratively, operationally. $372 million bought a database that crashes. Biometric systems that malfunction. ETA verification that fails. E-visa access that blocks travelers. Meanwhile, record asylum claims flood the system. 17% increase year on year. 40,000 arriving on visas, then claiming asylum. 413 days average wait. Backlog quadrupled since 2014. Every arrival needs processing. Every ETA needs verification. Every e-visa needs confirmation. Every asylum claim needs assessment. All through systems that crash, with staff that don't exist, at borders operating at breaking point. And government solution? More digital systems. 19.6 million ETAs granted. Mandatory from February 2026. EES registration increasing to 35%. More biometrics. More data capture. More systems. That will crash. Immigration Services Union already warned. There simply isn't the infrastructure or the staff. Airport Association already warned. Unless operational issues are resolved, systemic disruption inevitable. Travel Editor already concluded. It's possibly going to be perceived as yet another symbol that things just don't work here anymore. That's Britain 2025, where you spend $372 million on border technology that crashes weekly. We're processing 111,000 asylum claims through systems designed for fewer. Where 134 million arrivals funnel through e-gates that fail. Where digital verification strands travelers. Where manual contingencies require staff that don't exist. Ministers launch new digital systems. Systems crash. Passengers queue for 3 hours. Immigration officers process manually. Asylum backlog grows. Technology fails again. Repeat. Britain's airports aren't securing borders. They're processing chaos. One crashed database at a time. One stranded traveler at a time. One overwhelmed immigration officer at a time. While record numbers arrive, systems fail, and queues grow longer.